What up, everyone? It's your man, X-Man87 here, and what is going on here? An MVC2 Cyclops from SH Figuarts? I did not expect to see this at all, especially like on a random Sunday. And my cousin just hit me up. He's like, yo, cuz, you gotta see this. And I'm like, what? And when he showed me, I was just like, is that an SH Figuarts Cyclops? He's like, yeah, and I'm just like, nah, no way. So I gotta go to the Instamashi page and see what's up. Sure enough, man, it is official as official can be. When I saw the solicit images, I was like, no freaking way. I did not see this one coming at all. Like, at all. And so the solicit reads, SH Figuarts Cyclops Gamerverse, scheduled release November 2025, so this year. It's not going to be a long wait if you look at it. Only 5 months away. At this point, like 4.5 months. It's going to be here before you even know it. Pre-orders open July 1st. So that's next Tuesday. And continuing reading from the solicit here, the latest item in our Gamerverse series, Cyclops faithfully recreating his appearance in the iconic fighting game, joins the SH Figuarts line. Cyclops features not only incredible sculpting and articulation, but also has a range of extra blast parts, as well as a pixel-styled optic blast backsheet included to recreate classic fighting action. Yeah, so this is blowing up, and everyone's been blowing up my DMs and all my socials, asking me if I'm going to talk about it and asking me what I think. And yeah, I mean, might as well talk about it since I have so many people asking me and I can't get to everyone. So here's what I'm going to say, and I look at it as two ways. One as the fan of the hobby and the other as a reviewer. So I could play devil's advocate if I want to. I don't want to. But if it slips out, then my bad. But as a fan of the hobby, I think it's great that collectors have multiple options to choose from the Jim Lee stylized Cyclops that they so desire. You have Marvel Legends, you have Mafex, and now you have SH Figuarts. Like, guys, man, talk about the golden age of collecting. We have options now. Before it was just one. Now you got 3 Jim Lee Cyclops to choose from, which I remember 10 years ago at this point, literally 10 years ago from today, we didn't even have a Jim Lee Cyclops on the market. This was a figure and style that everyone was clamoring for, that we didn't get to see until like 2017 in Marvel Legends. And that was the Bucky Cat mold at the time. But, you know, everyone went crazy for that because we've been dying for an updated Jim Lee Cyclops version since the Toy Biz one that wasn't even a Marvel Legends. It was like the sister line, X-Men Classics. Love that line. But that was too scrawny. We needed one with the right bulk. The Bucky Cat mold fit for the time, even though it wasn't like the bulk that we all wanted. But it fit with the current Marvel Legends and the X-Men figures they were putting out at the time. And once we got the Mafex, it was like, oh yeah, this is great. It's getting there. Although the Mafex doesn't have the right bulk, it still had a much better bulk than the Bucky Cap, if you look at it aesthetically. But my opinion, it still looks good. Then Marvel Legends came out with that VHS one, which no one was feeling, the cel-shaded one. I think the X-Men 97 really kind of course-corrected that. And people like that one a lot. Again, but that one now is like, it needs an update. So it's just funny to me that Marvel Legends is finding themselves constantly trying to update their Jim Lee Cyclops to find the right one. And I'm sure they'll get there. But with this SH Figuarts one, it's going to add a lot of new options for collectors to choose from. Because some that don't like the Mafex or the Legends might like this one and go for this one. You really can't lose, you know, at all if you're collecting nowadays, especially if you're a Cyclops fan. If you're a hardcore Cyclops fan, I'm sure you have every single version of this Jim Lee Cyclops made in figure form. I'm pretty sure of it, because you Cyclops collectors, you Cyclops fans, y'all are hardcore. And I respect y'all for that. I would say just go with the one that resonates with you. You know, if you like this one more, go get this one. If you like the Mafix one, go get the Mafix one. You love Legends, get Legends. If you love all of them, get all of them. I don't care. It's your money. You do what you want with it. As a reviewer, for me, like, I have a picky eye for things, and, you know, analyzing this stuff, I will say, like, first impressions, upper body, great. They nailed it. Perfect bulk. When it comes to the lower body, that's where they lose me, because the legs they just lack muscle definition. And, you know, I'm trying to, they gave them all sorts of poses, so I like to look at the figure best when vanilla posed, and it does look like it's lacking some muscle definition, a lot of definition. Like, you see the bulk is there, but where's the muscle definition? You know what I mean? The ankles, they look too busy. It's too much going on there. There's a lot of cuts, a lot of lines, but it's something, you know, I could get over. And the crotch piece is what really kills it for me. Like, especially when you see this diva ass pose of Cyclops. Like, them hips don't lie, man. Didn't know he was hitting them dance moves on the Sentinels in the Danger Room, man. I guess that's where he learned how to dance. But it looks horrible. It looks like G-string. It looks like a G-string over trunks. And that looks bad. A thong or a G-string over trunks. And it just absolutely kills the design. It's very over-designed on the lower body. It really is. Like, upper body, like I said, it's perfect. It is absolutely perfect. But they just got to find a way to, you know, tweak things. And it's good to see SH Figuarts dive into the more comic style figure, because, yeah, it's Gamerverse. But let's face it, the Marvel vs. Capcom looks came from the comics. They didn't really alter anything. Only one they really altered off the top of my head was Psylocke. And it was just, they didn't do a sash. And that's totally fine, you know? But yeah, this was a little bit too over-designed on the legs. I know SH Figuarts did a lot of the MCU stuff, so it's good to see them kind of stray away from that and try something new with some comic-style looking figures. You know, like I said, I know it's Gamerverse, but looks came from the comics. SHF fans, they're not going to care. They know that's their style, and they're going to defend it by saying that's just their style. And to me, see, this is where the objective critiquing from me as a reviewer comes into play. And it's just like, okay, so just because it's their style, they get a free pass on criticism? You know what I mean? Like, even if it is their style, if something doesn't look good, I mean, it doesn't look good. You shouldn't give them a free pass. Oh, it's their style, so if they make something that looks bad, you have to say it looks good. No, man, like, not at all. I like Revoltech style. I know there's people that love Revoltech style, but I don't personally like Revoltech style at all, especially like with those freaking elbows and knee joints. When you look at them, how they bulge out like freaking tumors, it's ugly. No one can convince me that'll ever look good, whether it's their style or not. Like, if I was to tell you about Hasbro's traditional ab crunch hardline waist swivel combo is just their style, you know, is that gonna be appealing to you? Like, no, because if it looks bad, it looks bad. We all know it's outdated and it looks bad. I'm not gonna say that to give them a free pass. Like, even though I know that is their style, it doesn't give them a free pass to be saved from valid critiquing. So the same thing here. It just doesn't look good. They were better off doing a freaking little diaper overlay that's tight and closed in, kind of like how Mafix does it. So you don't see all those cuts, because let's be real, man. You can't tell me, you can't sit there and tell me that looks pretty, because it don't. It just doesn't. It looks ugly as hell. But the other stuff that, you know, are very minor, I feel like will be fine-tuned. This is just a prototype. Like the wrist joint, I can see it like very gappy. Another thing they can improve upon here is the color contrast. I feel like the blue and yellow is a little bit toned down. Like the yellow, actually the yellow looks fine. I like the way the pouches look. They look really sharp. It's more the blue. I feel like it needed a little more vibrancy to match the video game accuracy. But yeah, it would have helped if the yellow was a little more vibrant on top of that too. It's just weird. SH Figuarts does everything pinless, but when it comes to the toes, they don't make it pinless. It's just weird. But, you know, he's going to have a bunch of hands, as we can see. He's going to have a bunch of accessories, a couple of different optic blasts, which do look good. I do like that. I do like the face sculpts, too. I think they look really good. The backdrop is kind of cheap with the optic blast, but I get people will kind of like to decorate their shells or something like that. I would prefer a real physical effect. That would have been crazy. Can you imagine? But some of the poses here look really good. Like, I do like how they capture some of his video game poses, and I like the X symbol there. It looks like he's gonna do the DX suck it sign for some reason. But not just like the poses from the video game, the artwork too. Like, this pose right here is straight up from the artwork, and if this is any indication, then presumably I think Wolverine and Rogue would be next for the Marvel Gamerverse series. If you remember the X-Men versus Street Fighter sort of comic cover art. Ooh, and whoever's next, Wolverine or Rogue, especially that Rogue, everyone's gonna be all over it. I could already tell, man. I see the vision already. Instant sellout there. But like I said, man, my critiquing aside, I admit this is great for the hobby. You know, if people could just put their tribalistic nature aside, whether, you know, oh, you're only Mafex, so screw Hasbro and SH Figuarts, and, you know, vice versa. You know, this is great for the hobby to have options to choose from. And we are getting so much MVC goodness this year. And honestly, you know, I know the Hasbro haters hate to admit it. Like, you know, even I might hate to admit it to a point, but you kind of have to thank Hasbro. There's two companies really to thank for all this MVC goodness. And one, Jada Toys and Hasbro, because Hasbro planted the seeds last year with their Marvel vs. Capcom style of Cable, and then Marrow, that was revealed later last year, you know, who just got released this year. And that just opened the door for a whole freaking Gamerverse series of Marvel vs. Capcom figures this year, which is their annual program. And obviously Jada Toys with their Street Fighter line. You know, a lot of people are using that to build their Marvel vs. Capcom display, which is great. They just need to do more than Street Fighter. I mean, Mega Man, they got Mega Man, but, you know, I want to see them do, like, more Capcom properties. But then you got Storm Arena that's going to do, I believe, Darkstalkers too. That's what I'm hearing. So, yeah, the potential of an MVC, the longest, probably one of the most longest and desired collections to own, looks like it's shaping up to be as real as it's ever gonna get, man. Like, it's finally happening. So it's great. Hasbro's giving us what we want with Marvel Capcom. Jada Toys is giving us what we want with Marvel vs. Capcom. Mafex, SH Figuarts. Man, this is just a great freaking time to be alive. It really is. As Marvel vs. Capcom fans, we are eating good this year, man. We are eating so good. Now I just hope to be eating good with Marvel Rivals as we are with MVC. So ultimately, I'm going to pass on this. I'm not going to get it. I don't need 500 different Cyclops. Like I said, I want to try to stick to just one version that I like. And, you know, I'm pretty much out of the import game. And I just enjoy saving my money with domestic figures. But there's no way now, after seeing this, that Hasbro isn't going to think of releasing a Maximum Series Cyclops, Jim Lee style, MVC style. Oh, it's happening. It's going to happen. You know, at first I was like, oh, they got to update the Jim Lee Cyclops again on the Punisher War Journal buck. Now I'm thinking, man, they might do an all-new buck. Maybe they could update that buck, but it's not going to make it, you know, Maximum if they just add the, you know, double jointed neck. You know, we're going to get that. So it's going to be interesting to see. because I just feel like now it's gonna happen, and I could just imagine a Maximum Series Cyclops. That's gonna be the king of all Cyclops figures if they do some over the top crazy optic blast effects. Just give us a good variety on how to display multiple heads for him, especially like a folded down visor would be nice. I'm already thinking far in advance where they're gonna go with this, but like I said, we are freaking eating good. I never got the Mofex one, so I'm not gonna get this one. And I know this one's gonna be a lot shorter than the Mofex one because SH Figuarts runs small. So for me, I'm fine with my X-Men 97 Cyclops for now. I want everything looking consistent on my shelf. I don't like to mix and match lines on my shelf at all. And aesthetically, that Cyclops still looks good. But ultimately, I'm going to be patient and wait for a Maximum Series Cyclops Jim Lee style because I just feel like that's coming. Maximum Series should be for the heavy hitters, the A-listers of Marvel. So, you know, Cyclops is an A-lister, so I definitely see him being a part of that line sometime soon. And when you look at it, you see the Maximum Series Spider-Man and Hulk. Those can integrate perfectly with the current Gamerverse Marvel vs. Capcom figures Hasbro's putting out. So I'm sure they're going to do the same for Cyclops or anyone that they can't fit into their Gamerverse series of 2-packs or singles. You know, ones that they want to go big for, and Cyclops is one to go big for because, you know, Optic Blast. You want them to be over the top with Optic Blast effects. So yeah, there's some things I rock with this figure. There's some things I don't. Honestly, I already said it. I think it is over-designed and already overhyped. I feel like it'll have its flaws. Only time will tell once it's in hand, after a few reviews are out, but at the end of the day, he should be a really fun figure to play with. And overall, I'm just happy seeing video game figures get a lot of love this year. Speaking of video games, I gotta talk about this since we're on the topic of Marvel vs. Capcom. Dan Yoon posted this image of the new Gamerverse Juggernaut compared to the Build-A-Figure one. And holy crap, man, just seeing it side by side this close together, because, you know, we saw it kind of from a distance on the live stream, but this is just a better look. It's more clarity, and wow, this thing is so much bigger. This thing is a juggernaut indeed. Like, I really love the sculpting. I really love the sculpting on this new Juggernaut. You know, just looking at it, he's more articulated. He's got his butterfly joints. The torso rocker is definitely going to help being a little more mobile to hit those, you know, side-to-side poses. You know, that's going to help a lot with running poses, too. And then you have the toe joints. So the arms already, just looking at that right arm, looks like it bends in more than the Bath ever could. So yeah, it's single jointed, but looks like he's gonna be a little more mobile than the Bat for sure. A lot more mobile, I should say. But at least for the arm area, you're gonna get, you know, much better range there. You're gonna get a lot more range on the torso for sure. I think he has the hardline waist swivel too on top of that torso rocker. Hard to tell, but you know, the butterfly joints are there. He doesn't have double knees. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do double knees on a figure like that. I mean, they could, because nothing's impossible. They definitely could, and just like they could do with the arms, it's just, it could look a little bit awkward. I've seen some big arms and legs that were like double jointed, and you got that whole like that whole hinge is just like super exposed. It looks extended, but yeah. You know, the helmet is really cool looking. He's just, man, he is a lot more massive, a lot more taller. The only thing I do wish they had put on this figure is some paint. Like, I feel like he could have used a little more paint. But, I mean, there's some paint detailing on the arms. I mean, look at the hands, too. They even painted, if you look closely at his thumb, they painted that, like, white circular part on your fingernail. I forgot what that's called. Can't think of it right now, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, shit like that is freaking impressive. Like, little details, when little details are highlighted like that, I freaking love it. Then we just get paint around the soles of his boots. Maybe on the torso there's some slight airbrushing. It's hard to tell. I don't know. I'll just wait to get the figure in hand and I can judge better that way. But yeah, still no price confirmed on this guy, but the pre-orders do go up this Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be fan channel retailers exclusive, so Hasbro Pulse, Amazon, things like that. But I assume this guy will be about 60 bucks. Alright guys, I'm going to get up out of here. Just wanted to bring you this quick video. I do have a video going out tonight, which is one I'm very excited for. I love the way I did this video, and that is my top 10 Marvel Legends 2099 wish list. So be on the lookout for that. I just had a lot of fun working on that video. That's been a video I've been trying to work on for like, I want to say the last 2 months. And I finally found the time to work on it last week, literally like a day or 2 days before the Doom 2099 figure was leaked. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, I got that, and maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm going to do some unboxing for the Marvel Topps Chrome 2025 Blaster Box releases, which I'm so excited to rip those trading cards, man. They look freaking phenomenal, so that's going to be a fun video because, you know, I just love ripping trading cards, and it's part of our pastime hobbies. If we're collecting action figures and trading cards, they just kind of like, you know, go together. A lot of the Marvel trading cards figures in the past have influenced the Marvel Legends figures we have today. But, you know, on this channel, we support everything Marvel, and that's one common thing that we can all share on this channel is our love for Marvel. Now I can get back to you. What do you think of this SH Figuarts Cyclops? Are you copying? Are you passing? And who do you think will be next in this SH Figuarts Gamerverse series? Like I said earlier, I think it's either going to be Rogue or Wolverine. The good thing is that these figures are going to go great with their SH Figuarts Street Fighter line, so you have something consistent. You'll have Marvel figures and Capcom figures made by the same company. So SH Figuarts just got to work on their rosters because they never complete them. So I really don't know how far they're going to go with this Marvel line. But for the moment, it's fun to see and it's fun to talk about. But comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Thanks for watching another Marvel related news video. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at xman87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next video. Peace.